Now. Perfect. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get this call on the move. I wanna appreciate all of you guys who made the decision to be on the call tonight. I swear to you, I've been looking forward to this particular call for a hot minute now, and I'm super excited for her to jump on here. You guys have seen her before. She did the traders call the last couple of weeks. I think it was actually in June that we did this, and so now she's hopping on here. She's going to give her builder's points, a couple of things, a couple of tips, her journey, her experience, and what she recommends and advises. So I really hope you guys are going to take notes because I took the time. Sheesh. And she's going to go ahead and get this rocking. So, SJ, are you ready?
I am ready.
Perfect. Go for it, girl.
Welcome, everyone. You can all hear me all good? Yeah, perfect. All right, well, thank you so much for getting on. I see a few little familiar faces on here, so that's cool. Anyway, it is 11 o'clock over here in Australia, 11 in the morning. And I am a little bit sick, excuse me. I think I was sick last time too. It's like winter here, so it's just like cold and crap. But anyway, I want to start off by thanking you all for getting on this call. Business Builders call. We did an awesome trading call back in June. So I'm really honored to be back on here with you guys. So I want to set the tone of this business call with the tone of, by starting it off by, people are not turned off by network marketing. They're turned off by network marketers. Okay, so I've got a few little topics that Abby's been thrown at me to talk about tonight. So I've got my dot points. But there's some basic rules of network marketing that I follow. So my history with network marketing, I've been in it since 2012, 13. I started off in Vima. That was my first company out here in Australia. I had no upline, once again. Still don't. But that's okay. We make it happen. So yeah, my first company was Vima. I was in a really small remote town. I literally was that girl that if they saw me coming with a Vima can, they would turn around and be like, oh, fuck, it's that crazy chick with the Verve cans. Run the other way. I was that network marketer. Okay, so I've learned a lot since then. But there's a few things I want to talk about tonight. The first topic I want to mention is some 4 basic rules of network marketing. Okay, so it's in no particular order, my topics, but we're going to throw it out for a Q&A after. Okay, so rule number 1 that I always like to follow is detaching yourself from the outcomes. Okay, so you must emotionally detach yourself from all the outcomes of the presentations that you are presenting to your products, to your prospects. All right, so many people, we're skeptics by nature. Right, so if you can disconnect your emotions from the outcome and really concentrate on education and understanding, everything is going to be so much simpler for you in your presenting. Okay, so by understanding that you have no idea what someone's circumstances are financially, family-wise, whatever, accepting the outcome without emotion is really good for your mind. Okay, so our job as network marketers, right, our job is to act like consultants, okay, offering suggestions. That's how I like to see it, right, on how people can live a better life. So if you focus on education and you focus on understanding, the process of prospecting and presenting is going to be a lot more enjoyable experience for both parties. Okay, so rule number 2 is be yourself. Okay, always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. Judy, someone said that. I don't know who Judy is, but she's the boss. Just be you, be natural. Don't reek of salesman shit, just be you, okay? Rule number 3 is have passion in what you do, okay? It's really important to have passion in what you do. Having enthusiasm is so contagious. Just going to see Alex Morton for that. So people love to be around positive, enthusiastic, life-loving type people, okay? So it's perfectly okay to get, really fired up when you're speaking to people. I've seen so many people just sign up in a person's business just due to enthusiasm, okay? So be sure not to go overboard because that scares people. To stay focused and just have fun with it. So when speaking to a person over the phone, there's obviously a whole different set of etiquette rules when you're presenting in terms of a one-on-one or on the phone. So the minute you pick up the phone, your tone of voice and the words you use will become your entire story. Okay, so having some enthusiasm is going to help you get your message across, right? So after all, your entire conversation is going to be communicated just through your tone of voice. There's no body language that's seen. Okay. Rule number 4 is have posture. Okay, so I'm not talking about like back straight type posture. I'm talking about having a strong posture. So in my opinion, rule number one of emotionally detaching yourself from any outcome and having posture really go hand in hand. So having a strong posture is one's inability to, not be discouraged or swayed. Okay, it's the inability to be affected by those who are negative about network marketing, what's being presented to them. So let me just turn that off. Okay. If you are easily discouraged in this industry, Jason Brown talks about this all the time, and that's developing a really thick rhino skin. Okay. If you are easily discouraged by a person in regards to our business, it means you lack strong posture. Okay. Which means you're just going to be completely sold out on yourself, on the company, on Christopher Terry, on the vision of the company. Okay. If you've ever watched a professional network marketer, you'll notice one thing, that they are so strong, they're so confident, and they're so bold with their message. You will never find a professional in this industry apologizing or defending their opportunity, their industry. Okay, they bring up the comp plan, they bring up the 2 and 3 because they are so confident and bold with their message, and they're so sold out on their belief. Okay, so rule number 5 is clarity is power. So clarity is knowing what you're doing, being clear on your mission, your goals, and your vision. Okay, so you have to know why you are aligned with IML. You have to know why you're aligned with a trading company. Okay, because there's going to be times where there's going to be naysayers that's going to bring you down, and you have to have that posture where you will not let them. Okay, so you got to have that belief in yourself. You got to have that belief in your profession, that belief in your product. Be 100% sold out on this. And I, always say certainty is so sexy. Okay, so be really certain about what you're doing, what you're promoting, and what services we are offering. Okay, have that clarity. Okay, rule number 6. I think I said I only had 4 rules, didn't I? Well, there's more. Okay, so know your why. Okay, I know we always talk about why. Your why brings you back. We're always talking about this. Why are you doing this? And I'm going to be honest, in the beginning, all I knew for my why with this was I just knew I loved the products. But I also know that I love helping people. So you know what? That is a great why. So my passion for helping others is my why. I love providing a solution for people's problems. I've seen too many people struggle, marriages break up. There's too much yuckness in the world. Okay, I've seen the struggle. You all have. You've all experienced it. So that is my why. I have a solution to people's problems. You guys have a solution to people's problems. That's going to help people. So my why is my parents. Okay, I have several whys. They're getting older, and now is the time to be spending with them. Okay. My passion is helping people succeed. All right, I really like to do that. I'm here to help, and I want you guys to experience the same financial freedom that, Matt, Jason, anyone that you look up to in this industry has, because if one person can do it, you can do it. There's nothing different about you to Jason or Matt, okay? It's just the skills they've acquired and the resilience, all right? So your why is probably going to change so many times, and it doesn't have to be a big, bold one. If you don't have one, I have a lot of people in my team that are like, I can't forget my why, I can't. And I'm just like, dude, one day it's just going to hit you. Like one day you're going to have enough of the shit in your life that's just going to push you. Sometimes, you can be comfortable and whatever in life, but sometimes something's going to really rock you and you'll be at rock bottom, and that's going to be your why. Okay. So, I had a mate the other day get their card declined in a service station. She's like, I found my fucking why, because that was so embarrassing. I never want to experience that type of thing ever again. Okay. So you'll find your why in the most randomest of places. If it's a service station because you can't pay for fuel, then that's your why. Okay. Maybe your why is paying off your parents' mortgage, paying off your mortgage. I know that's one of my whys. Is one of my biggest goals is to have my mortgage paid off by the end of next year. Okay, so those can definitely be a why, but I find that when I set smaller goals for myself, I hit them quicker. But yesterday, I just wrote to my team and I'm just like, I'm running for Chairman 25 by the end of this year. It was originally Chairman 10, and then I figured that everyone's like, it's not realistic. And I'm like, fuck being realistic, because being realistic keeps you playing small. Okay. And I don't like that. So if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it properly. And if I hit it, I hit it. But if I miss, God, I could probably get P5, Chairman 10 on the way. I'm not going to be upset with that. Okay. But if I set smaller goals and only hit P5, I'm not going to be really satisfied with that. Okay. So rule number 7 is consistent, massive action. Okay. So it takes so much consistency, so much discipline to create the growth that you need. Okay, we all have the same tools, the same products, the same services. When it comes to reading the books, when it comes to studying, knowledge is not knowledge. Knowledge is still knowledge. Knowledge is not power unless it's applied. Okay, so stop reading the books. No, don't stop reading the books. But for me, when it comes to personal development now, I was talking to Abby about this. I don't just read a book for the sake of, reading a book. My personal development at the moment is skill sets I'm really shit at. So if I, maybe I need to get better at closing, I'm going to go onto YouTube and I'm going to type in network marketing closing and I'm going to study the fuck out of that. Okay. So my personal development now is on things that I need to fine tune. I have books that I read in downtime, but in terms of skill set development, which is what we need in this, it's always so specific. Okay. Another rule that I like to follow is really notice your results. Okay, so celebrate the little wins, cut yourself some slack. You're not going to grow into a big organization overnight, okay, but it will start to grow exponentially, right? So enjoy the process of this. There's been Chairman 10s in 2 to 3 months, maybe even less than that. So don't compare your journey with someone else's. Just be putting in the work every single day, showing up 110%. If you know you can be doing more, then do more, okay? Another rule is changing your approach. If something's just not working for you, figure out how to change it. Okay, I'm not the most traditional style network marketer, and to be honest, if I was, my success would probably be a lot quicker. But I didn't get in this business to be someone else. I got into this industry so I could be myself. So for me, it's about finding what works for me, tweaking it, and if that takes a little bit longer, then it takes a little bit longer. But I know where I'm going and I know I'm going to achieve what I want to achieve. Okay, I've done it before. I can do it again. So, I've had great mentors and wonderful leaders guiding me, but I had to find my own voice in this. So, so do you. Don't try and be like someone else. Don't try to be like Alex Morton. Don't try to be like Matt. Don't try to be like Jason. Be you. Find your own voice, okay? Don't feel like, you don't reinvent the wheel with this, okay? Just use what already exists and make it your own, okay? So when it comes to getting people to take a look at this, there's a little tip that you should remind yourself there, that people aren't joining a business, they join you. Okay, so approach your business as a way of helping people rather than selling. Okay, selling them on you can't live without this, you should be trading. Approach this business as a way of helping. If you go into a presentation or an invite with the thought process of educating, your business is going to flourish. Okay, not just educating people on IML, but educating people on the cash flow quadrant, educating people on what the economy is doing, on what the future's going to be doing. Okay, scare them a little bit. I went out for sushi the other night, and I didn't have a waitress. I ordered it on an iPad. Okay, I've never done that before. So educate them and scare them a little bit about what's going on in the future. Tell them that they need to be doing this, but educate them on why. Okay, focus on the person, focus on how you can help solve the problems he or she is having. Okay, another really good tip there is to when you're speaking with a prospect, make sure you're asking questions that encourage the person to really share and open up about themselves. Okay, that's going to help you understand their position more, and help you understand how you can best help them with IML, with what we've got. And ultimately, by doing that, I feel you're mentally qualifying them before you've even presented. Okay, I'm a big believer in qualifying a prospect before you present, because you waste so much time when you just invite, present, and then maybe they're just 100% not interested, they're not open to learning, they're got no money, whatever, they don't qualify for this right now. Okay, so what else can I tell you? When it comes to social media branding, I was really great for this. I saw him on the school, I think. If he's still on, I don't know. He's really great. His Insta stories, he's just dropping bombs, and I like it. Education. Okay, so when it comes to social media, some really quick online tips in terms of active marketing and passive marketing. So I really utilize Facebook to build about 80% of my organization. So marketing, I read this the other day. What did it say? Marketing is not about making money. Okay, marketing is about utilizing your Facebook to market yourself. Okay, not your company, not your product, not your opportunity. It's a way to leverage your time and to have people start following you. Okay, John Melton, I was with them in Vima, and they're a perfect example of this. Like when Vima closed down, they were 6-7 figure earners. They then had to rebuild that, whatever else. But their brand, they never, ever, ever post about their company or anything like that. So the number one way to build a following is to start creating curiosity in a passive way. And that's through your post. Okay. So it's not necessarily about saying, the company you're with or the product you're using or trading this, the scan of that. Okay. It's about being your brand. It's about giving value. It's about sharing content. Okay. People like free stuff, right? So you will gain a following just by doing that. So every time I've done a Facebook video, which I actually haven't done in a very, very long time, I've got to get comfortable with the whole live thing. But anyway, I get inboxes full of just people who have watched that. And I've built relationships just off having conversations about my video and topics that I've talked about. It's not business related. It's not anything related. It's something I just wanted to talk about. Okay. So I've got a rule on Facebook that I post to teach, not to preach. Okay. If I post something, it's generally because I needed to hear it. And if I needed to hear it, I know someone else needs to hear it. Okay, so when it comes to building your profile on Facebook, I definitely recommend you go and do a really big clean out of all old photos. Maybe you're a big party animal back in the day, delete all that stuff, archive it, private folder that. No one wants to see that. When it comes to your profile photo, just have a photo of you, okay, because people want to, they want to know who they're doing business with. So if you've got a big group photo, they don't know who you are in that. So your cover photo is really important as well. Have something interesting. Like mine was from my last trip to the States last year. I went hiking in Utah and it was really fun. So that's mine. So steer away from group photos, profile pictures, just you, cover photos, cool. This is your page. This is your business. So you've got to show, really promote what you stand for. Okay, for your cover photo, you want to use a photo that stands for something you're about, whether that's a beach photo, travel photo, whatever it is, you're showing your lifestyle. Okay, so your photo should be lifestyle or a positive statement, whatever. When it comes to your bio, that's like a little introduction to yourself, as you know. So it's a little section on the left. It's underneath your profile photo. I know a lot of people have like FX with trading emoji and plain and world, and it's overdone. And for me, like it just screams, I'm a network marketer, in my opinion. But if you like it, then you do it. Featured photos is a really good one. Just another way to show people what you're about. So, family photos, cool. Awards, things you like to do. I've got a trading one, I have a fitness one, traveling, got one where I quit my job. So you really got to think about your page as being a billboard. So showing people who you are, what your life is. I know some people, like I've got a lot of young mothers, so they're really like kind of split on this because their Facebook's their personal thing, whereas for me, my Facebook is my business. I've literally booted all my friends. I'm like, no, you've got my phone number. You can call me. My Facebook is my business. We only get a $5,000 friend limit. So if I've got this little rule on Facebook that if I haven't talked to someone, an old friend in however long, maybe they're from school, maybe I haven't, I just know they're not interested, like I just boot them off, okay? I don't need them, they're taking up space. That could be a potential customer, a potential friend or something like that, okay? So obviously have as many posts as you can on public. So when it comes to marketing and prospecting and stuff, when I first started with IML, because I was with Vima, I was already that girl. I didn't want to be that girl again. I was done with the parties, done with the home events. I had also just relocated to a new city, so I had no network. I had no friends, so I just went straight to my cold market. Didn't go warm, I went cold. Maybe the traditional way or maybe not, I don't know, but it's just what I did. And the reason for that is because I came from another company and I didn't want to do all that stuff again. I didn't want to ask my friends. And at that point, I wasn't sold out either. But anyway, I also didn't want to cold call. I'm not good at that. I've never done that. I've done like door knocking and stuff like that. But I didn't want to do that. And I didn't want to make a list of 100 names. Don't listen to me, what I did when I first started. Okay. But I made it work. I just went online. I built literally every single person in my business. I've never met the majority of them. I've probably physically met maybe 10. Okay, so you've just got to figure out what works for you. When it comes to messaging people, I think it's really important to steer away from, even though it's a cold message. I think when it comes to prospecting, it's really key to prospect how you would like to be prospected. Would you like to receive a spammy message like, hey, blah, 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 I've just started with this amazing company. It's health and wellness. I've lost 10 kilos, blah, blah, blah. If I send you a video, will you watch it? I wouldn't like to receive something like that. And I've done that before. I did that with Vima, and I literally got people being like, calling me, and they're like, SJ, I think you've been hacked. And I'm like, no, it's me. It's in Vima. You got to try it. Okay, so definitely prospect how you want to be prospected. Don't be the spam bot. We don't want to spam. From day one in IML, I've never put IML on my page. Yes, I put up, a scan photo or something like that. But, more and more people are now figuring out that that's not the best way to do it. Okay, so you are your brand yourself, brand your lifestyle. That is what sells. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few things that, let me just flip my little page. 3 questions to help you figure out pain in people. Okay, so you're in network marketing. We're selling service. This service is software, pretty much. It's a skill set where people can learn how to make money using money, trade with financial markets. Okay, so in the process of selling, what you're really doing is you're sifting, you're sorting, and you're qualifying. Okay, so this is super, super important to understand that you are sifting, sorting, and you're qualifying. Not everyone is going to be the person for you. Okay, not everyone is going to want your solution. Not everyone is going to want your opportunity, and that is completely okay. Okay, I've had several people, I've given several people away purely because I know my personality type wouldn't work well with them, but it doesn't mean they shouldn't be given this beautiful opportunity of IML. Okay, so I got into this business to work with people who I like and enjoy. And I never want to look down on my friend and be like, oh, fuck it, so-and-so just messaged me. I would do that for my own sanity. I believe everyone should be doing this purely because of what we have. And I think you guys do too. But we need people, but not every one person. Okay, that was very key too. If, at the end of the day, if you know that you have someone that's maybe not the right person, you can refer them to someone else. I've done that I've done that a lot in my organization. I've just been like, oh, my friend Richie knows lots about this. I'll start a chat, even though he's still my organization and I will still end up working with him. I just know that it wouldn't be an enjoyable experience for me. And especially, I think if there's many girls on this call, it's a very interesting industry to be in, especially when you're dealing with the ego and things like that. But there's a few questions that I like to ask people when it comes to prospecting and just building that relationship. And that's, are you happy? I think it's a really nice, easy question to ask. It's there's various ways to ask someone, are you happy? It's do you have enough energy? Are you happy with how you're feeling right now? Are you happy with your everyday life? Are you tired? Are you happy working your 9 to 5, or would you like more freedom? If there's so many ways to ask, are you happy? Okay. And if they say no, the question you ask them is, do you have a plan to change that? Okay. If they're not happy, ask them if they have a plan to change that. And most likely they don't, because people are literally walking around like zombies, trying to figure out how to be happier, reading all the self-help books, figuring out how to get out of debt, figuring out how they can actually make an impact and have passion in their lives. Okay. If they do show interest in you, asking questions like, would you like me to send you a video to watch on what I do? I do that all the time. Okay. Because if they want to see one and they say yes, then all your job is to do is to send them a tool. Okay. Especially if you're new, right? It's really simple to remember to not be the tool, but to use the tools. Okay. So we send them a website, a video, recording, the new presentation. About to watch that after this call. We have the tools. Everyone here has all the same stuff to be using to be successful in this. The only videos I personally show until this presentation now, is the little cartoon, What is Forex? I show that first initially to see if they actually have an interest in what currency trading is. Once I've done that, I then say, I can show you my latest recording on how I learned to trade this. And I will just send them a webinar recording of myself and Tyson, I think it is, or Tim. And I'll send them that. So I think a lot of people get really confused. I know they do out here in Australia. They think Forex is IML. Or IML is Forex. They just think it's just one big mushy thing. So when I find when I differentiate the two by being like, this is what Forex is, now this is how I learned to do that, it really simplifies it for my prospects. Okay. The last thing I want to talk about on this little topic is why people join you. Okay. And it's really important to remember. So this is like a little process I've always done. I learned this in Vima. And it's primary motivating factors as to why someone would join this business. So in the little chat, write out what of these key things made you join. Okay, so we've got financial freedom, we've got time freedom, having your own business, personal development and skill sets, meeting new people, retirement, helping others, leave a legacy, extra income. So out of those, what made you join this? There's definitely more than 2 people on here. Extra income, financial freedom, all the above. Okay, cool. Well, you guys get the gist there. So they're the reasons why you join IML. So as you can see with that, we've got Tony who joined to pay it forward. We've got Ian, financial freedom. So if Ian went to Tony and started talking, showing all this lavish lifestyle stuff about, money and blah, 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 that's not going to emotionally motivate Tony because Tony wants to help, pay it forward. Okay, so just because you join for one reason doesn't mean someone else is going to have that same reason. Okay, so when you join IML, it's really important that when you expose someone, not everyone is going to have the same. All right. So this is why I literally get out this list. I say, why do you think someone would want to start network marketing? If they say, I don't know, you can say, let me show you. Bring out a piece of paper, write down those primary motivating factors. Okay. And then I ask them questions, out of that list, why would you join? And then I ask them, why would you pick that one? Why is that important to you? Obviously, I would let them answer. What are the consequences of not having that? And why does that worry you? They are 4 very, very powerful questions because we need to trigger people emotionally, okay? That's how you're going to motivate someone. You want to hit their sore point, their pain, all right? Because when they feel pain, you're providing them with a solution, all right? So you got to remember that all IML really is a business plan, as a business plan, I should say, is only a solution to a problem or the way to realize a dream. Okay, I love that. So you're a solution provider to a problem they have or a need they want. Okay, so that is so key. I think we're almost out of time, are we? Gee whiz.
Yeah. 6 minutes to go.
All right, well, I'm just going to quickly now talk about objections because this is really key. We all get them, right? So when it comes to speaking, getting objections, we've all gotten them. Types of objections. We've got, I don't have time. I don't have the money. I need to talk to my partner. I want to think about it. When you get an objection, step 1 is to validate it. Make sure it's a real objection. Okay. Step 2, qualify their interest. Step 3 is to help them. So come up with a plan. So many people give you an objection, but really sometimes it may just be a really polite way of them saying no. So when someone gives you an objection of they want to think about it, you then get in the cycle of following up with them, messaging them, and you don't get a reply. And then you get avoided. It gets really awkward. So step 1 is all about you showing your posture, showing this plan, and showing without saying that you're looking for people, but not any one person. I've said that before. Okay, so this is where you take the pressure off them. So if someone says, I don't have the time, a response like, hey man, I hear you, but tell me, is it really about the money? Or is it a polite way, or is that your polite way of saying, no because you really don't want to do it. Because either way, like, I'm cool. I just want to help you. That's a really nice thing to say. Okay, so step 2 is to qualify their interest. They're either going to say they don't want to do it, or they're going to say, no, I'm actually interested. I just don't have the money. Okay, by doing this, you're being real. You're not being pushy. You're taking the pressure off them and the sale. Okay, you're finding out that yes, they truly are interested. So then you ask them something like, okay, cool. So you really want to do this, but you just don't have the money right now. You are showing so much posture by doing all of that, and you're remaining in control of the sale, because I bet you a lot of you on this call really struggle with asking for the sale. Most people do. They get, oh, do you like it? Like, do you want to do it? And you don't be like, cool, so are we doing this or what? Like, the amount of times I've messaged someone and be like, hey, are we trading together or what? Like, are we learning together? And they're just like, yeah, I'm just getting this together, getting that together. Okay, so step 3 is to help them. You found out that they really want to do this, so now is the time where you put a plan in place for them. Okay, so objections like, I don't have the time. A response like, okay, so aside from time being the issue, do you see an opportunity with IML? If he says no, then good. Okay, you found out he's generally not interested. Okay, you have to sort, not sell. This is a numbers game, right? So if they see an opportunity, another thing you can say there is, how does it feel to not have the time to do something you really want to do? You know, I really like this. You let them think about that. You let them stew on that. And then you can say something like, you know, look, man, where you're at in life right now of not having enough time is due to the decisions you've made 2, 3, 5 years ago. And where you're going to be in 2, 3, 5 years ago or 2, 3, 5 years from now is going to be based off the decisions you make today. So let's make a decision right now that's going to get you in a better position, that's going to, you know, give you more time, more income. Okay, whenever you ask a closing question, just pause and let them process what you've said. Don't keep talking, because you will talk yourself out of the sale. Okay, question of, you know, objection of, you know, I need to speak to my partner. It's like, if $100 bill was blowing past in the wind, would you call your wife and say, hey babe, can I pick this up? Probably not. Okay, so, you know, think about that. Be like, I understand, I appreciate, like, I make all the decisions with my partner too. How about I have a chat to her with you? Something like that. Objection, I don't have the money. Go back to the reframe. Do you really want to do this? Or is that just your polite way of saying no? Because, man, it's all good. I'm just here to help you. That is so powerful. Objection, I'm not a salesperson. A lot of people think this is about selling. I like to think of it as sharing. Okay, so I want to make sure that everything that I'm doing is duplicatable. That's why we have these systems. And network marketing really is simple. It's people who overcomplicate it. Okay, 90% of people hate to sell. But if you're passionate about something and you love something, you're going to share it. You're going to recommend it. So how many times a day are you going to, you know, recommending things with friends? Yeah, send another link. That's cool.
All right, guys, I'm going to send another link. I'm going to end this meeting. See you guys in a bit.